New tonight, this summer is on track to become one of the most violent in recent Rochester history. In just the past 3 weeks, 8 people have been killed in the city, and the chaos shows no sign of slowing. 13 Wham's Tyler Brown got a front row seat during a ride-along today. And Tyler, police say they're facing challenges of their own.
That's exactly right, Dan. Not only is violence and crime surging in the city, but staffing shortages have made implementing new tactics to combat these issues difficult. As Lieutenant Michael Chula gets behind the wheel of his police car ready to start his shift, he has to be ready for anything. From the front seat of his cruiser, the city looks the same. But when you're wearing a badge, Chula says your view has to change.
You just can't get complacent while you're driving around. You always have to know where you are, and you always have to know what's going on, and always scanning for incidents that could be occurring.
More than 200 people have been shot in Rochester this year. One of the most recent incidents Saturday morning, when police say a 17-year-old arrived at the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
I've certainly seen this type of violence before, but not to this degree. It is a everyday, all-day occurrence here in the city now.
Chula says the rise in crime not only takes a toll on the community, but also the officers sworn to protect and serve.
The biggest difference is fatigue. You know, the officers are just emotionally and physically drained at the end of every day. The more of these incidents we go to, you lose a little piece of yourself each time. It's difficult to deal with such human tragedy over and over again every day.
The nature of the traffic stop, if you guys want to stand back here.
Yep. During our ride-along, Lieutenant Chula responded to reports of a stolen car and called to break up a fight.
What's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
All before the sun went down. Chula says emergency calls typically ramp up at night, but having enough officers to respond continues to be a major challenge.
We just don't have the bodies. We need more officers.
A violence task force has been set up to aid Rochester police during this spike in crime. Chula says it's been a huge help, especially with arrests of armed individuals, Dan.
And Tyler, we heard the lieutenant say it there. What are recruitment numbers like?
Well, right now, he mentioned to me the fact that there are about 15 new recruits coming in. It's going to take about a year for them to be fully implemented into the Rochester Police Department. But he says they're about 30 short of where they want to be. So that is definitely another thing we're going to keep our eye on, Dan. And that's something that is the Rochester Police is expected to work on.
Really good information. All right, Tyler, thank you very much.